It's been over 2 years since Melbourne came out of its sixth lockdown. At the time, the Andrews government and the Lord Mayor in Melbourne were painting a pretty rosy picture, confident that everything would be back to normal in no time.
And after 2 years of lockdowns, after 5 kilometre limits, after work from home mandates, we know that it's still going to take time to change people's habits and remind everybody of the benefits of being in the city. I'm confident that we will succeed. Melbourne, formerly known as one of the world's most locked down cities, is back on a glimmering trajectory into the future.
Well, not so glimmering, hey? As you know, businesses have struggled to get workers back into the office around the country, especially in CBDs, and Melbourne has the country's second highest vacancy rate, a big hit to the CBD economy. Kath Evans is the Executive Director of the Property Council of Victoria. She joins me now live from Melbourne. Good to talk to you, Kath. Just how jaded, how strung out is the city centre in Melbourne compared to Sydney and Brisbane?
Look, it is clear, Chris, that there's certainly a vibrancy has returned to the city. The city's very vibrant at night with, incredible activations across the city, major world events, as we've just seen with the Australian Open, which drives, a lot of demand for the tourism in the city. And obviously Melbourne is a cultural centre and continues to host incredible events that bring people here. So the nighttime economy and certainly daytime tourism economy is very vibrant.
But what's happening then? What's the problem with the vacancy rates and what are you worried about in the CBD?
So certainly the vacancy rate has increased across the entire portfolio of office assets. The vacancy rate, has to be seen through, a number of prisms. We have had a significant increase in office assets, prime office assets in the city over the last couple of years, which has driven that increase in supply, and the impact of that, of course, has been a flight to quality, which many people have heard has occurred over the last sort of 18 months.
Sorry to interrupt, Kath. Isn't the real problem here people not coming back to the office, people still working from home? Big businesses and governments just aren't able to encourage people back to the office. For instance, the number one office vacancy is in the Adelaide CBD, and that's the best performing economy at the moment. So the real issue isn't really direct economics, it's getting people back to work.
It is a segmented market, and what we've seen, those owners of prime assets are occupied, have got really strong occupancy, and they will continue to be the leaders in the market. And those tenants who are occupying those buildings are looking for all the things that you would expect in a modern office environment: great technology, great amenity for their staff.
You need people in them.
Precincts, and so. You do, and they are occupied and they are performing very well. The class of assets which are not performing well are those B and C grade office blocks in the city. And Melbourne does have a lot of very ageing stock.
Too many of them ageing and empty. Sorry to cut you off, Kath. We're just about out of time. I appreciate it. Kath Evans there from the Victorian Property Council, where those second and third tier office blocks, too many of them are empty.